Hello na Najwa.
The session will now the session will now Hello. 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 The session will now continue with the forthcoming part of the program. Technical session 4 is about sustainable research ecosystems, collaboration between academia, industry, and policy. Sustainability is no longer about doing less harm, it is about doing more good. We are privileged to have Dr. N. Santamani ma'am from the Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting to paint the first strokes by welcoming the session and introduce our reputed chief guest, Dr. Saran Kumar Shetty sir. Please ma'am.
He has vast experience in both academics and industry. Veteran in the field of management, education, research and administration with a vibrant career spanning 2 decades that reflects rich Indian and overseas experience and year-on-year success in teaching, training, research and educational leadership. He has started a career with Accenture as a trainer and served as a visiting faculty in top institutions in India and abroad and moved to Malaysia to continue his further academic service. He has undertaken assignments in Singapore, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand and Malaysia and having a track record of managing global academic partnerships. He is a recognized trainer for outcome-based education, financial markets, and a constant for new education policy, and conducted numerous training programs in national and international platforms. He is a certified trainer for CMA US and ACCA program. He holds a credit trading executives of top Indian and foreign banks like ICICI, Axis Kotak, RBL, Malaysian Bank, and HSBC. He is an invited speaker for the emerging themes in national and international conferences, seminars, conclave, symposium, and workshops. He has developed contents for ODL, DBLP program and delivered training program to the real asset certification in the Asian countries. He has presented and published research papers in national and international journals. He has worked with top institutions in India and abroad as a Council member, editorial board member of international publications, board of studies and examination member and IQAC coordinator, resulting in successful accreditations for MILA universities, 5 bachelor and 1 master level programs by the Malaysian Qualification Agency and the Engineering Accreditation Council. He is a recognized supervisor for PhD and doctoral business administration programs of Malaysian and Singaporean universities and supervised scholars from Kenya, Nepal, Oman, Mauritius, Malaysia, UAE, Singapore, Senegal, and Nigeria. He is an inspirational speaker too and delivered programs in television, radio, various other social media platforms. He is also a financial advisor, motivational speaker, and educational consultant. He has served for Haikou University of Economics, the second largest private university in Hainan, China. He held top positions of Deputy Vice Chancellor for Quality, Research, Innovation, and Controller of Examination of Higher Education Institutions in Southern Africa. He has been nominated twice by the Ministry of Finance to represent Karnataka state at the ICAI National Education Summit in 2023 and the Global Education Summit in 2024, as well as by the Ministry of Finance even during the 75th Independence celebration to deliver a talk on the Indian financial market and the future. He is the recipient of Adlaba Award of the Year by the Teacher Mitra Trust, Special Lifetime Achievement Award by Global Khan Academy, and Dr. Abdul Kalam Educator Excellence Award by Dr. Kalam International Foundation. In addition, he is an academic entrepreneur who is the brainchild of 2 startups and has also been successful in fostering a large number of entrepreneurs by guiding young people towards startup ventures both domestically and internationally. He has been recognized as a SEBI Smart Trainer by the Ministry of Finance of Government of India. He has invited as a chief guest and guest of honor to many big events in India and abroad. He has served as a distinguished professor at the Gulf American University, Global NXT University, Golden Gate University, and Swiss Institute of Management and Innovation in Switzerland. He is contributing his expertise to prestigious academic institutions. Once again, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for your welcome address. It's time to honor our chief guest. Now, I would like to invite our head of the department, Dr. K.K. Alagappan, sir, to honor Dr. Sharan Kumar Shetty, sir, professor and head of MBA from AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, with a shawl. Thank you, sir. It is an honor to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Sharan Kumar Shetty, sir, to share their insight with us. Please, sir.
So, slide move is okay there. Okay, no problem, can proceed. Yeah, so good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, I hope I am audible to you, everybody. Yes, thank you so much. So I can move and talk, right? I can move and talk. I'm audible? Yes or no? No, okay, that means that there is some problem with the mic. I can use that as well, not a problem. I can use this as well. Which one is not on? This is not on?
This is on, online.
Okay.
This is for online.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Sending phone
Is it? Okay, what I have to do? There, right? Yeah, I can stand. Yes, no problem. Yeah. Yes, not a problem. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, to Dr. Alagappan, the head of the Department of Corporate Secretariat Program in Kungu College of Arts and Science. It is a great pleasure to be part of this institution. I do not know so far in 22 plus years of my service how many institutions I traveled, and this morning I was in PKR as well. And the moment people come to know that Dr. Shetty is somewhere, and they will definitely make an attempt to call me. And there are other calls also, but I thought, okay, since I have to adhere to this particular institution, I had to follow only one college. That's why I had gone, I attended and came back. And sir has given me only 35 minutes, but I have only 30 minutes now. But anyway, so whatever possible from my end, I will finish the session as soon as possible, because always short is always simple and very fruitful. So what I did is, since the professor asked me to connect with because it's a collaborative program, academics and industry, how can we make it very sustainable, and who is responsible and who is accountable for it, that we need to check it. And so we have to think positively. At the same time, we always have to be very innovative whenever we do any kind of a work or any kind of activity in any institutions, because the ultimate goal of an institution is to make students to get a very good career opportunity. That is the main intention of every institution. That is why I thought, let me make this session as a, it's called as a Renova. You might have heard a car called as Innova, right? When Innova was introduced to the market, the demand for Innova was huge. And after that, many cars have come from Maruti also. We had one more car called as Ertiga, and then Toyota and one more Maruti. They joined together and started Innovita, all these. But what happens is, the value, the demand for Innova is still more. The reason is, there is a Renova, there is a research and innovation in that. Because that research and innovation is only possible, which can be sustainable to the support of you people, especially the students. How can you do that? See, the current world is, we always talk about research. Without research, the world is always nil today. Every student, every faculty, every industrialist has to go for a research, a small kind of a research, or it has to go with the rocket science, whatever we call it as. And today, to recruit students and recruit candidates to the companies, people are looking for the research-oriented candidates. Such candidates they are looking for. So that is why I thought, let me take this as a research innovated connect of what you call it as a focus. It's not moving. Okay. Yes. So this is the topic which I have told you already. And there is a saying which talks, because this is very important, the motivational talk for you. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, but the great teacher always inspires. The teachers, they must inspire you, and you should get inspired, because we always talk about inspired by life. For research also, for all the collaborations, people should be inspired by life. That is very mandatory. And the best education today is not to be given to the students, it is to be drawn from them. So that is what the model which I work, because I lived in Malaysia for long. I traveled 18 countries in the world. I lived in Africa in 4 countries. Especially we have Zambia, Zimbabwe, Kenya, and Ethiopia. And I have seen how the people are looking from the perspective of them, how the research is all about. And everybody is doing their research, but how are they sustaining the research? That is the question mark. So that is why the best education today is to not give up to the student, is to be drawn from them. So when we talk about research, research is what? Because first of all, you need to identify the gap. Unless and until you identify the gap, it is not easy to understand what is this research all about. So that is why everybody, those who are pursuing your BCom, BBA, MBA, whichever the program, you must be very careful that what type of area, what type of research you are undergoing. Because especially your this particular organization, particular department is connected to the corporate secretary, right? So that is why you also have to understand that as innovation talks about, it distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Because there's a distinction between a leader and a follower whenever they are going for a correct research, the perfect research or appropriate research. So this research will definitely make your life more happy and you will shine in your life. That's why everywhere, all over India, today the mantra, the slogan is all over India. People are chanting about research, research, research. It may be small research, it may be big research, it may be mediocre research, but ultimately you will something out of it will come out of. Because Uber started almost 20 plus years ago. Uber, after the introduction of Uber, you have seen for every innovation, every company is following the Uber module. Everybody, you talk about Swiggy, you talk about Zomato, you talk about Airbnb, you talk about whichever the model, they are into Uber model, because contribution, the achievement, whatever the Uber did, it is actually ultimately, giving what you call it as a focus to all these areas. So that is why you have to know that what is an innovation. See, there is a difference between innovation and invention. You all know that. See, invention is what? When, Graham Bell invented telephone, it was an invention. But recently when the mobile was innovated, it was an innovation. Invention is actually, it is a telephone by Graham Bell, but innovation is actually the addition of some kind of an innovational tactic which has been used to connect to the innovation. So that is why you people must know that how do you connect to these areas in the right direction. So that is why you people have to understand that innovation is all about production, manufacturing, machine learning, data science, all these stuffs. Because we live in the area of the data science. We are living in the area of ABCD world. ABCD is what? It's artificial intelligence, we have blockchain, we have what we call it cyber security, we have what you call it as a cryptocurrency. D is all about data science. So these are the ABCD world we live in today. Such a great world today we live in, and we explore the things what is happening around us. So that's why what we have to do, we have to get into a kind of an innovation. We have to see what is that discovery mean, what is that innovation mean, what is that invention mean. Everything you have to focus now. Are you going to discover something? Are you going to disrupt something? Disruption is another point. Disruption is what? Disruption is something new which is coming into the market, and people are thinking about from innovation, invention, disruption and discovery point of it. So that is why you all have to understand that this kind of a research has to be done. But when you talk about research, research is defined as a systematic way of, scientific way of making the things done in the right way. So that is what we people have to look into when we talk about it. And research and innovation, the simple thing is actually, first thing is the research will come into picture, and then slowly the innovation go into limelight. Then people will understand that yes, there is a demand for research and innovation, and both should go hand in hand. That is why please understand, as I told you in the first talk only, I started my talk saying that there is a car called as Innova. Innova started and there was a huge demand for Innova, and today whatever the value the Innova demand the Innova had, no car will get that demand. Everybody wants to go with Innova. People, though they have Mercedes-Benz, they have BMW, they have all this Defender, whichever the high car they have, but still people wanted to run Innova because Innova has got its own power, its own what you call it as a strength in it. That is because of the research. That is because of the research. Why Innovita was not successful? Because the only reason is Innova, that main aspect was not considered into that. So that is the reason you should understand innovation and research. Another important point which I want to tell you is the point which is connected to a startup. My dear friends, you have to start the startup venture, because unless and until you get into the startup venture, it is not possible to shine in your life. You have to look for an opportunity to start a startup, because being an entrepreneur, being an academic entrepreneur, in 2013 I started a company called Shirdi Sai Education Trust in Bangalore. That is still there. It's running. You can see almost, if you search for that company, it is available. Shirdi Sai Education Trust in Bangalore. And the second company which I started, Capital Advisors LLP in Sahyadri College of Engineering in Mangaluru. that I myself started. And the third one which I started is a food industry, which is running. It is St. Joseph's College opposite in Mangaluru. The name is Lassi and Cafe International. So these are the three ventures which I started as an academic entrepreneur. I feel proud that being an academician, I can start. Why can't you people? Because the starting of a venture, which will definitely a kind of a, what you call it as a energy that will give you a vibration to facilitate or to motivate the people. See, in my introduction, somebody mentioned that I have made people to come up with a startup venture. There are many people, because of my motivation, they started the startups. See, some out of 90, out of 100, 90 might be unsuccessful, but remaining can be successful, 10 can be successful, provided if you give your 100% out of it. I think you must have seen this, you must have undergone this SDG goals, that is Sustainable Development Goals. My dear friends, these SDG goals are playing a very good role today. Whichever the company you want to start, those companies can be started channelizing these 17 goals. Please remember, the 17 goals are the international goals. Whichever the company you want to start, you should at least go through one by one and have a look at it, and you should have at least an idea how can you create this for your life. So everybody must understand and see to that how these SDGs can help people around you and what context you have to use these SDGs to develop yourself. And then I think you may be very surprised to see these 4 companies. We have PhonePe, we have Paytm, we have Oyo, we have Flipkart, we have Ola. You remember, you may be aware or not. See, these companies are started. I think people are talking in the last bench. Could you please listen to me? I know that you people are busy in your own discussions, but you should listen to us also. When somebody talks, you should respect the other person too. What is the use of talking then? The person is standing here and talking to all of you. That is important, please. At least bear with me for another 15 minutes. I won't take much of your time, okay? So today's world is not about job seeking, it is about job creating. You should create jobs rather than seeking jobs. If you go any of the cities in India, so you won't get very good jobs at all. So you be a job creator. So that is why I'm just showing it to you. These companies which were started by those people, they have started to the spirit inspiration of the teachers. Teachers inspiration, these people, just go through the biography of these people, the owners who started this company. One is Paytm, we do have Ola, we have what you call it is a Oyo and Flipkart. And other 4 companies, we have Policybazaar, we do have Swiggy, Zomato, Lenskart. These companies, why I'm showing it to you, the reason is these companies were started by the teachers' motivation. The other company you must have seen, Byju's, our own South Indian company, but today they have lost their names because of some reason, but it is, once upon a time, it was what you call it as a unicorn company. Unicorn means what? $1 billion worth company. That means 24,000 crores Indian amount. That shows that we are very potential in starting a company. Everybody is very potential. In this hall, I can see 1,000, I think 500 plus people, but 500 plus people are also unique in their potential. They have their own USPs. That is a unique selling proposition they do have. So ultimately, they have to think that how they are going to start. And then this company, the Byju's company, was started by Ravindran, a great, well-known teacher. But due to some reason, because they are the ones, they have started this online education, and they are the role model for the other online education. Many of the online educations are very successful these days, like Upgrade is there, we have edX, we have Udemy, we have Arpita, we have a lot of other agencies who are doing great. That is because of their inbuilt research in them. And I myself, as I told you earlier, I started 3 startups, and the 3 startups, one is into education, the other one is into stock market, the last one is into food industry. Because see, being a teacher, I myself got motivated, means you people also can get motivated. That is not very difficult for you to get into that. So these days, the need for the research are essential. Everybody, every academic world wants to get into research. There are motivations. People are coming from various places. They are looking into various opportunities. They want to see that what kind of a financial support we can support with the students and all the academic world. How potentially we can
add more to them. That is the purpose today. That is why this collaboration, sustainability, research, innovation, invention, discovery, disruption. Disruption is a very important word. Disruption is a very big word. Right? The disruption when Uber started their model, the very high disruption took place. That is a disruption. There's a total disruption of the what you call it as a the academic and the industry world. And then if you want to start a company, it is not that difficult. You can start a company with all simple steps. First of all, you have to learn that how to collect data, where there is a gap that you need to identify. When you identify the gap, okay, then there is something I can contribute. I can slowly get a mentor. Through that mentor, you can take leadership and you can just think about the financials. The financials are available wherever you go today. You go to any financial institutions, you go to banks, they will definitely give you the money. Whatever the money given by them, there are some conditions you need to follow, and then I will tell you, without taking money from the bank, you cannot survive with your own self-funded money. So that is why you should take debt, and through that only you can get into the starting a company. The challenges are there. So major challenges are, that retaining of employees and taking all these approvals from the government and these authorities, that authorities, licensing, all that. Challenges are there, but there are also solutions. These solutions you have to come out, and then you should overcome with the best, what you call it, a model of your business. So that will definitely take you to the further height. You just go through the recent after COVID, after 2020, after COVID, after I think it was started from March month. You see what is happening in the startup world today. A lot of startups are happening. If you go to the Tamil Nadu state government, is giving fund. Central government is giving fund. A lot of funds are coming here and there, and they're encouraging people like anything. And these opportunities you can also enter into. One call it as employment is available, and then if you start a startup, employment you can do. You can publish a paper, you can get into research, you can also give them the internship. So these opportunities you can give them. So that is what every company, whichever the company I have highlighted so far, people are into research, people are into publication, people are into what you call it as a running their day-to-day activities, and they are recruiting somebody as an employment, all that. So these opportunities, apart from that, I have actually shared some of the links here. These links are wherever there are funds available, especially, if you talk about our own, education setup, we have ICSSR, that is Indian Council for Social Science Research. We have SERB, we have AICTE, we have DST, Department of Science and Technology, we have Tamil Nadu Science and Technology Program group, and a lot of other groups which are funding people like anything, starting from 100,000, will reach to 50 lakh, that is actually 5 million. So that is how you can also be part of it. So these things you have to search for. That's why these days the focus is on how can I build my startup? How can I sustain my startup? Sustainability is important. See, starting a startup is not that easy, and building that is also not that easy, but sustaining that has got a great heights. That's why we say the difference between growth, progress and success is this. Growth is what? There is a immaterial or a material increment in your day-to-day sales. That is growth. When your growth hands join hands with the what you call it as a ethics, it will go with the progress. Ethics and growth will go together. It will be ethics and growth, when it joins together, it will go out with the progress. And last step is from progress. With the progress, if you continue with the humility, honesty, accountability, transparency, you will reach to the success heights. That is what you should understand. Now, this is what I want to tell you. See, we are talking about all the startups and how to go out with a startup and what is that which is actually making you to fail somewhere. But there are some mistakes people generally they do whenever they're going into startups. What are the common mistakes people do? Some of the common mistakes when the people do, when it is disturbing their sustainability, these are the common mistakes generally people they do. We say market, then other case is risk. People are unaware. What is market all about, and what are the types of risk available in the market? Especially two types of risks are there. One is a systematic risk, and another risk is a unsystematic risk. Systematic risk is actually uncontrollable. Unsystematic risk is controllable. What is uncontrollable? We have interest rate risk, we have market risk and all that. We don't have the what you call it as a system to control it. So that is why there are two types of risk which has to be monitored, which has to be taken into in the right direction. You have to proceed further. But what happens ignoring the market risk and also what you call it as a, you are ignoring the market risk and starting a business. And before starting a business, people have to understand that you have to see to that how can you look into the opportunity from the perspective of the markets, because market, how will you contribute to you, that perspective you have to look for. And another thing is, people are taking a wrong advice. That's why this denotes that people are taking lot of wrong advices. So you have to come out of taking wrong advices, because you always have to be separated. You always have to think about that. How can I be separated from the wrong advice? So that's why this wrong advice thing, you have to come out of it and have to see to that how can you make it very effective and efficiently to come out of it. And then another important thing is, people are not giving respect to the other people. There are ego going on amongst the people. There are people who are giving ideas, lot of ideas, but others are not ready to accept it. But this is also you have to look for. Whenever somebody is giving idea, don't be egoistic, and you should see to that how your idea can contribute to the development of the organization and everybody for that matter. So that is your main task, is to look into that. How can you contribute to the development of your own organization and for the sake of the society? That is important. Societal benefit, societal impact, that is important for you. And then people always think about underestimating, overestimating and all that. People are always overestimating the challenge of seed funding. See, seed funds are available these days, right? I was talking about, if anybody grants you fund, it will start from 100,000 and will reach to 50 lakh. 50 lakh is 5 million. But when it reaches to that level, you are not in a position to continue your business. You don't sustain it. Instead of sustaining, what you will do, you will just collapse your businesses. But don't do that. You should always ensure that the business, whatever has been ran by you, should continue forever. Because because in accounting we have separate entity, business entity concept. That means continuity concept. That according to the continuity plan, you have to look for that. That's why some people are overestimating and underestimating, even underestimating them. So what we call it as underestimating the challenge of losing seed funding. This is also there. And then some of them totally, what you call it as a mental, we call it as a mental fatigue. That means people are not able to take certain important decisions with them. They're completely negative against what you call it as the system, and they're always they're always going against the system. So that is what is happening every now and then. People are not ready to accept the challenge. People are not ready to accept the customers' feedback. They would like to go with their own style, and they wanted to succeed in their life. As I told you in the beginning, growth, progress, and success to happen, we have to have one or the other way of what you call it as injecting some positive spirits in them. That is why these are the very important aspects which you need to consider when you're looking for the opportunity. So with this, I'm completing my presentation part. Now I'll give you some 5 minutes of time for the interaction. So this is my contact details, LinkedIn, and my mobile number also I put, in case if anybody is interested to start a startup, get to know about the financial things and all that. So I will be very happy to support you in all these directions. In case you have any questions, I will definitely help you to proceed further to discussions. Let us take some deliberations or discussions from this. Okay, so the time is for the Q&A session. As I promised, I could complete in 20-25 minutes. Okay, so any question, you are welcome, and you can proceed with asking question, because I have completed my session in time. Since the professor has mentioned, sir, there is no time, we have to complete within the stipulated time, because I'm adhering to the time now. So tell me. Yeah. So any question, please proceed. If at all any question you have, you can proceed, please. Anybody has any question, please proceed. Yeah, people have question, please proceed. So which are the colleges we have people here? May I know the college names? Yes. I think the people from online, can they speak? If online from the Patrician, one more thing I would like to thank Patrician also, because I think Patrician, many programs I have conducted online. So I can say that I am also a stakeholder of Patrician, since I have conducted, I don't know how many numbers I have conducted programs for Patrician. So today Patrician is online again. I didn't get a chance to go offline to Patrician, all online programs. but Congo had come for offline today. Okay. So any question from the patrician team? Any, are they on there? I think they can also ask. People from patrician, are they able to hear us? I think they can ask questions if at all they have question. Yeah. So you can proceed if at all you have any question. No question? Are you sure? How did you come to know there are no questions? Huh? They said on the Google chart, no question. Is this patrician team?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So team patrician, do you have any question? Please proceed. So let us make this hybrid more effective, you know, when you interact. I have just completed my presentation. So could you please ask if at all any question, please? Yeah. Salimullah, you have any question? Salimullah, you have made yourself unmute. You have any question? Anybody has any question from patrician? Okay, no question from here, this side. Any question? Please proceed. Otherwise, I'll continue for 10 minutes then. If there is no question, at least one or two questions if you ask, I can engage you guys. Yes.
Students, please raise your hand if you have any questions. If you want to clarify anything, please raise your hand.
How many of you would like to go for startup ventures, want to start startups, your own companies, I mean, you want to be a creator? Yes. How many of you want to go for it? None of you? You want to work for others? Would you like to work for others then? Yes? No, then what is, don't you have any doubts? Don't you have any doubt? Everything is clear. No doubt. Generally, people have a lot of doubts about startups, but here there are no doubts. Yeah, no problem. Another 2-3 minutes is there. I can complete this. If there are no questions, I can say thank you so much and wish you all the good luck. And what we'll do is you can connect me through the social media. And if you go to the LinkedIn, you can get Dr. Sharan Kumar Shetty, my name, add me to the LinkedIn. Okay, so we can continue that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah.
A heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sarat Kumar Shetty, sir, our esteemed chief guest, for the enlightening address. Your guidance and perspectives have added great depth to the session. We sincerely appreciate your presence and encouragement. Once again, thank you, sir. Gratitude is the fairest blossom, which springs from the soul. To present the vote of thanks on behalf of us, I invite Dr. S. Savita Ma'am, Assistant Professor from the Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. It is a great privilege for me to deliver the vote of thanks on this special occasion. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our correspondent, Sri P. Sachidanandan Agarwal, for his constant support, engagement, and vision, which continues to inspire academic excellence and innovations in our institution. I would also like to express our deep gratitude to our respected principal, Dr. H. Vasudevan sir, for his guidance and motivation, which makes events like the possible and meaningful. A very special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Charan Kumar Sethi, Professor and Head of MBA at AJ Institute of Technology, Mangalore. Sir, your insightful address on building sustainable research ecosystem through collaboration between academic institutions, industry, and policy was truly enlightening. Your presence and thoughts have added great value to today's session. Thank you, sir. We also place on record our sincere thanks to the head of the department, Dr. K.K. Alapappan sir, for his leadership and coordination in organizing this technical session successfully. A warm thank you to all the staff members for their dedicated efforts behind the scenes and for ensuring that the session proceeded smoothly. To all the participants and delegates, thank you for your active involvement and engagement. Let us carry forward the knowledge and inspiration we have gained today and work collectively toward a stronger, more sustainable research environment. Once again, thank you to Ananda. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The valediction will start commencely. Stay tuned. An announcement for the participants. The valediction will commence shortly.